So what we're looking for is, does the scapula move really well in upward rotation? The first one we can check that with is abduction, right? So turn around. So what we're going to look for is the base border of where his scapula is. Essentially here, it should be fairly vertical with a light curve coming out. Now if he was to abduct his arm all the way up, lift your head up, make sure you're in good posture. There we go. Bring your arm all the way up. What position should that scapula now be in? It should be almost horizontal. If I can track it down here. Yep. And it is fairly horizontal going across. So he's got pretty decent scap mechanics coming across there. It's actually more vertical, so he's got really good rotation coming up. And as he comes back down, it rotates back into place. And then we just track it all the way up. Good. So it's moving really well on this side. Let's track on the other side now. Track the mechanics. Okay, go up. Okay. So he's actually got pretty good mechanics on both sides. This side's a little bit restricted, not by a lot though. So it's not something I'd really need to worry too much about unless he says that he has pain in that area. If he has pain in that area, what are we going to work on? Scapular mechanics, getting him to go up and down really well. Okay. Do you have pain in that shoulder at all? No. No? Okay. So the next thing we're going to look at is, can he protract and retract his shoulders? Okay. So the easiest way that we can test this is get you to bring one arm straight out like this. Then all I'm going to do is put a hand in the back of his spine, and all I'm going to say is bring your shoulder blade back. Okay. So he can retract his shoulder blades, and I'm checking to see if can he get his shoulder blade to come back behind his spine at all, or is he really restricted on that? So essentially I'm getting him to do a pull back, trying not to get him to pull up. Because what does a pull up move? That's that shrugging up to compensate for it. So he's getting upper traps to dominate. So we want to see if he can just pull straight back. Okay. So just go straight back. It's not a strength exercise, so we're going to go right back. Don't go up with it. Just come straight back. Good. So he's got good ability to retract, but he kind of wants to dominate with his upper traps like most people normally do. Next up, we're going to see if he can protract his shoulders. So let it go all the way forward. Okay, so all the way forward, push it forward, push, 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 push. He's a little stuck on that one. He's not quite getting full protraction out of it. And we can actually tell because the shoulder blade kind of rotates up just a little bit, but he also doesn't have the ability to extend all the way through. Okay, so bring it back, and then forward. So can he go forward and back? We can also do this in a passive means. Get him to just lay down on the table on your side. Okay, so if he's laying on a side like this, all I'm going to do is have his arm come out to the side, stabilize the spine, and get him to not pull up, but pull back. Okay? And if he's doing this properly, he shouldn't rotate his torso at all. It should just be coming from the scapula. So here he's got a little bit more control over it as I'm maneuvering him around because there's less of a gravitational effect coming down. Okay, come back up. Next thing we're going to look at is, can he elevate and depress the scapula? Easiest way to do this is say, put your shoulders in your ears. Okay? Okay? Now pull your shoulders down as low as you can and squeeze. So for this one, we're going to see if can he get it going on both directions, from the front and from the back. Straighten your shirt up so people can see what's going on. Okay? So bring your shoulders up into your ears. Okay? So you can go straight up, no real restriction that way. Bring your shoulders down as low as you can. Okay? So he's a little bit restricted there because he's also still got a bit of a T-spine flexion going on. Can we depress our shoulder blades if our T-spine is still flexed? Not easily. Watch this. Depress as low as you can. Okay? Now extend up, lift your sternum up. No, don't stick your hips forward, lift your sternum up. Right, like that. Good. So see how much lower the shoulder blades got? He actually sunk down. Now bring your shoulder blades back. Okay? Boom. He can actually retract a lot better here, and he's not getting anything going on in upper trap. We know that because when we press in the upper trap, it's soft and spongy. A muscle that's active isn't going to be soft and spongy. It's going to be rock hard. Right? So if we have him depress his shoulder blades properly, we should be able to dig right into that upper trap because it's not being activated very much. Okay? So movements are up, down, back, forward, and also rotate up and down. Try and track where the scapula is. You can let go now, don't worry about it. See if he can actually, or see if the person can actually rotate their scapula evenly, free and clear, going vertical to almost horizontal as it rotates all the way up. See if they can retract and protract their shoulders as far as possible. And then we're going to start working on some corrective exercises.